Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the UWRF esports scene. I am joined here by my awesome co-host,
It's me. It's Gavin.
Gavin.
Here's James.
And this is James.
We're ready to
we
go.
swapped names. That's crazy.
We're hyped today.
I know. I am so excited for this game today. It is going to be League of Legends, the first one that we have casted this semester, and I believe the first varsity game this semester as of yet in this league. And we are going to be facing off against the one, the only, care to do the introductions.
My wristwatch is not telling me the answers I need.
Honestly, my crystal ball is pulling up a blank as well, but that's okay because it doesn't matter when River Falls is going to crush the competition.
Oh yeah,
regardless
we're
of
ready.
who we
We're
face.
ready to see.
We'll get that answer for you out. But in the meantime, we're going right into draft. Looks like we're getting a lot of very interesting picks. I want to start out Ilaoi Gwen. Gwen Jungle.
I'm ready to see some Gwungle.
I'm ready for some Gwungle as well.
All right. Then we're looking. Which one's on which side? Do we have red side? We're red side. All right. All right. Alabama is gonna get some.
Well, Alabama, this team is not going to be calling it sweet home for very long because we are going to be evicting them hyper quickly.
Looking
Now,
like some strong AP on the side of River Falls.
I
think is Gwen
was
AP.
just about to point out the AP. However, Caitlin, Ridley and I, Fridgley, the person who's actually going to be playing Caitlin, was talking about this in the pregame lobby. He's been hyper practicing Caitlin just constantly next to like Smolder and Jin. Caitlin is his top plate. I think it's his second highest mastery now. And I'm really excited to see just how much he can chunk the enemy team because they're definitely going to be building more AP protection heavy, especially with the Sejuani support. You know, you get that tank jungle. Bard, you know, it can be tanky here and there, but it's not as bad as Sejuani. But overall, I'd say it's a squishier team on the side of Alabama. Ilaoi and Braum are definitely some of the tankiest laners in their respective role. You know what I mean?
Sejuani and Jackson are definitely looking to front line and just kind of distract everything as LeBlanc is going to be stay that mid-round, come in a little bit, get a stun out, pop around, throw some AP around, and then Jin is just going to fire out from that back line while Bard's ready to do some supporting. So if River Falls plays their cards right, we'll be able to lock down that front line before they even get there.
Absolutely. Well, the issue is with Jax having that leap stun combo is going to be able to get onto the back line very quickly as well. So we'll have to see how he slots into the team comp. Like you said, maybe he's just going to be hard front lining, building completely tank. Maybe he's just going to be going for flanks. We'll see how the strategy plays out as the game continues. But what I want to know your opinion on first, mainly just two things, but first is Kato on LeBlanc, as you said, versus a Hui. Now, Hui is known as kind of Kog'Maw-esque artillery. Right? Long range, going to burst you down from under his own tower.
Maybe even a little bit of jack of all trades.
Exactly. However, LeBlanc, you kind of want to get in their face. She's got the blink ability to get out of problems, but she also wants to be getting into problems in order to actually progress the game forward. This is an interesting team dynamic and also a team matchup when we're looking at Gwungle and Hui against a Sejuani LeBlanc. Which one do you think is going to come out in the early game? Because it seems like they're going to be hovering around mid for a while.
I'm definitely ready to see. I think they have good CC and good lockdown on both sides. I think Hui's initiate has a little bit larger of a range to get some fear in, to get some slows in, to get some stuns in. Gwen's obviously going to want to get up in front as fast as possible. Same thing with Sejuani. Getting a slow and a freeze down on the Hui is definitely going to be really strong. As Hui is a little bit more of a fragile fighter. But if he plays around well and can kind of maybe not get too distracted on trying to focus on the back line and protect himself if the Gwen is not there to answer the Sejuani gank, then that's going to definitely be looking for maybe more defensive plays. But
I can see that definitely more pulling back, playing the lane rather than playing for the fight. But I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays out. Right now, we're going to be jumping right on into the Rift for game number 1 against the University of Alabama and University of Wisconsin River Falls. Now, the second thing I want to discuss was Bard pick. This is usually not a flex pick, but this is a heavy counter pick. A lot of people don't like to blind Bard. I don't exactly know how the picks went in the secondary window, which is where these these individuals actually pick their characters, correct? It's a secondary third-party software. Do you think Bard was picked as a counter to Braum? Do you think it was the Hui? Do you think it was Do you think it was just their general team comp? Why Bard? It just it sticks out like a sore thumb.
Minions have spawned.
I think the Bard may be a little bit more of a, maybe not even a counter pick, but a different way to kind of play the team and come at River Falls with a, oh, we're going to have this roaming support who's going to, you know, roam your jungle, he's going to roam our mid lane, he's going to maybe even pay top of the lane a little bit of a visit. Feel all around, definitely that strong ult range. Sure to lock down a tower, power dive, stuff like that.
Yeah, so playing it more as a situational answer to Falls comp rather than a strict one-to-one counter. I can absolutely see that. And honestly, I think it's going to work in the favor of River Falls in the game. Because Rom and Caitlyn should be able to outlane these two, especially when the Jhin is already half health, but they're actually backing off. They're going to let this wave crash a little bit. Ridley really just hammering home onto damage. A little bit of trade in the top side, but it's still level 1. I don't know if Arrow Hunter is going to be able to finish anything out just yet, but Alawi, especially towards the mid game, is going to be a monster against these Jags.
I do think we know Arrow Hunter to be a pretty confident and aggressive laner. I believe we saw him in jungle last year. We're seeing him in top this year.
Yeah, very interesting trade. Banish actually comes out on the top on that one. But yeah, Arrow Hunter, if you, as you so kindly reminded us, used to play jungle for this team. And now switching into the top role is just a very interesting change-up. I would say that the play styles are very, very different as you are alone in the jungle, but you usually play lanes. And a flash gets burnt by Banish onto Arrow Hunter, but Arrow Hunter's trading it back in kind with all of this damage.
I think we'll be seeing that for the majority of this game. Definitely the top laners brawling, as the bot laners are also brawling. Kind of hard to kind of see which one to focus on. This Braum is definitely playing well, playing to kind of avoid all of the Bard push as part of aggression.
And it hurts to see it when you miss the cannon like that, Arrow Hunter, but it happens to the best of us top laners, my friend. And unfortunate miss on the CS.
Brutal.
But, you know, it looks like we actually have Enchanting right here, but Time is also going to be covering. Both of them have the red and blue buffs respectively. Looking for a gank, but no, they, I guess, decide against it. Even though that neither team had vision on it, they must have heard the call. Enchanting is going to win over the bottom river Grub, which is quite a big win, actually. You get vision on the bottom river going up into Drake and mid lane, preventing those ganks, as well as just some extra experience and gold on your jungler for their first back. And Kato is dominating Pizza Boy right now. Pizza is in trouble in the laning phase. Let's see if he can pop a good back, or if he's going to have to back a little early and just get a refillable. That would be unfortunate and not a very good back. But maybe he can hang out. He does have those biscuits, which not only increase maximum mana, but also restore health.
Quickly getting some good setup here and just trying to get some CS lead back on this Jhin. Playing a more defensive game, which is as to be expected when you're playing against a laner who's, you know, both range. We get the Bard Enchanting support.
That is very true.
A double stun comes out on the side of Bard, and a flash comes out by Fridley.
Fridley does have to flash, but he does have to shield. Another flash comes out from Poland. Is Poland going to make a huge mistake here? Another tower shot does not go through, and another flash comes out from the Bard. 2Day takes him down, and the River Falls carry gets double flashed on with no answer.
Arrow Hunter getting jumped here. The Sejuani comes in. The Sejuani flash from the stun. The freeze comes out. Arrow Hunter with some big tentacles, providing some big life gen here. The Jax is going to jump. The flash comes out, and Jax just in range of the turret. And Arrow Hunter will pick up a double.
Takes another tower shot, and that is a 1v2 clutch from the Alawi. They did not account for the lifesteal, and now bottom. Bot lane is struggling a little bit as well, dropping out Eerie, pushing up a little too far. However, Enchanting does get one back onto Poland. However, honestly, not a great trade in the bottom lane, but it makes up for the top play.
Definitely makes up. Gwen getting a strong prio on the bot lane, getting some vision on the Drake, and fortifying their blue side, that's for sure.
Absolutely. I think a couple wards right there on the bottom river, and they're going to be sitting pretty in the bot lane. Eerie, little bit of an over-calculation on how long he can stay and how much damage that 4th shot from Jhin can do, which, who boy howdy, that is lethal. You can never underestimate that. Enchanting, there to pick up the pieces. Sadly, only gets 1 of the 2 kills, but, you know, 1 is better than anything, and it's better that it goes on to the Gwungle than it is the Braum. So we take those any day. 2 per day is roaming. He's going to be warding up, which is exactly what I said River Falls should be doing. However, it's going to be the enemy team that answers the call to ward and vision while River Falls crashes this wave on bot.
That is a strong control ward to have in that middle river push, especially when this first break is up.
Ooh, Enchanting might want to pick a fight here in the grubs. 1 does go to the Sejuani.
I'm going to call him some reinforcements from the mid lane, maybe even from the top lane. Pizza Boy and Kato coming down.
Kato is there first. However, Arrow Hunter is going to beat Banish by a mile. This is going to be a 3v2 for a very long time as long as Pizza Boy doesn't get caught out. Time is now is going to try and run away, but he's going to be hit by the ultimate from Pizza Boy. Pizza Boy just hit level 6. Now Arrow Hunter is also level 6. Kato might be in trouble. Kato does have his ult as well. Gets half hit. Pizza Boy is now in trouble trying to get 1 more kill. Kato is trying to make this worthwhile for his trouble, but Enchanting and Arrow Hunter are there to give his boy some support. Out of mana, he's going to have to back to the tower, and Arrow Hunter cleans up the LeBlanc. A misplay, not reading the top lane situation from Alabama.
A 4-0 on this Alawi is definitely going to be something that Alabama has to fall on. They need to keep their top laner at match and at ahead.
And just like that, Alawi gets another assist. The kill does go over to Gwen, but it's not the worst character to have the kill on. And now this Alawi is 4-0-1 with a 300 gold bounty at 7 minutes. Oh boy. How do you think that's going to affect the game, Gavin?
Well, we've got 2 grubs. If that's the only thing that's been taken so far, objectives can definitely bring this back on the side of Alabama. River Falls is definitely looking really strong. Once they can secure this bot lane, maybe they'll be able to play a little bit more aggressively. And when this Caitlyn is a little bit more fed up, they'll be able to roam a little bit and provide some extra bolstering effects on their mid lane. But you see Alabama roaming down and definitely trying to keep up where they have the advantage on this bot lane. As My Time Is Now is coming in. That ultimate is ready on Sejuani. Maybe going to look to pick it off, but River Falls is none the wiser as they'll fall back a little bit. As that control ward gets spotted out, their vision control on their blue side and their river is no longer existing. Pizza Boy is roaming down to see what's going on. Sejuani is going to start this Drake, it looks like. First Drake of this game is going to be taken largely by Alabama Institute.
And just like that, River Falls is not wanting to contest this at all. The Gwen is prioritizing the top River Crab, and I wonder if that's going to be a detriment in the long run. Poland is now out of mana, going to have to pop it back at half health, but it doesn't matter because this Drake is done and dusted. Fridgley and Eerie have to pull the wave and clear it. Arrow Hunter, in the meantime, is doing Alawi things. Can't really stop him there, Banish. I don't know if you want to stay in range for those tentacles.
River Falls Enchanting definitely taking advantage, though, not letting this giveaway on the Drake go to waste, as he's going to rip out the blue side jungle on the side of Alberta.
So trades Drake for a buff invade. Now, I don't know about you, but would you say that's worth it?
Obviously not worth an objective versus a blue buff is a little bit of a difference. But they definitely saw that there were 3 people on the side of Alberta rushing down to get that Drake. A lot of strength to keep the bot laners at bay, and Enchanting is going to pick up a kill here.
Kato might be there for the cleanup, though. Is he going to be able to get Enchanting? Enchanting doesn't have the W up, is going to be taken down by the LeBlanc, and now Arrow Hunter's in trouble.
Really
Time Is Now is going to miss his ultimate. The Sejuani all goes wide and is not able to commit. The dash is also down. However, Fridgley is in trouble, able to flash the Jhin ult. Now it's just going to be 2 bird day versus Poland in the tower range. I'm not sure where Eerie went or what that pathing was. Maybe to look towards mid, but it doesn't matter because his carry is already done and dusted. Poland with another kill. That cannot be good if you're the bot lane of River Falls.
A couple plates going to this Jhin. Bard definitely taking this time to roam and maybe giving the bot laner a little bit more to play with and a little bit more gold in his pockets.
Pizza Boy forced to flash, taking the bad trade from Kato.
Definitely going to be wanting to fall back on this Jhin towards the later stages of this game. He's the only one that's looking super positive. Bard, of course, still unkillable as Bards usually are. Eerie's holding down the fort as Fridgley is coming back. We're ready to look for his play as Gwen He's taking the blue side, gonna maybe roam around a little bit, but Alberto's got some wards up in this jungle. Tri-bush ward is a really strong one for sure. Maybe looking for a mid lane gank.
They don't have vision.
LeBlanc is under turret. Pizza Boy ready. Enchanting is ready. Gato going up instead of the river, and maybe they're trying to do a little bit of a bait. Enchanting is none the wiser and is still there, ready to get some damage out. That double bumped LeBlanc is going to be really strong, and Enchanting is picked out here. There's two people coming in from the behind here.
Yeah, Enchanting is now in trouble. Going to get some artillery support from Pizza Boy. Pizza Boy is able to dish out a ton of damage, bringing two of the players. My time is now and 2 per day down to 1 HP. 2 per day forced to flash. The Enchanting ult does come out. Gwen does not land the ultimate, and therefore no kills. However, River Falls, at least nobody died. Enchanting getting collapsed on in the mid lane is probably the worst thing that could have happened, but at least Pizza Boy was there to bail his boy out.
Big defensive abilities coming out on the side of Pizza Boy to keep his jungler alive. Love to see it. Love to see that team play as he just didn't completely leave his jungler alone.
And while Braum is rotating at the top, they're prioritizing these drugs. Ethan once said last year on the cast that said, my team is great at prioritizing objectives, especially the grubs. But sometimes they can over-prioritize the grubs. And I think that's what's happening right now. If nobody's covering bot, if Ridley is back in base, nobody can catch this wave, and therefore the first tower, including all of its plates, are going to go to Jhin.
Definitely since that Jhin was there by himself, Jin's going to get a lot of gold. He's going to get a big fat back. He's already got his first item. He's a little bit behind. Enchanting looking to pick out one. He comes over to the aid. Provided by the Sejuani. Enchanting is going to just let them go. Farm up his jungle a little bit as he had a pretty big lead in the jungle in terms of CS.
Yeah, Enchanting going for another invade. Eerie is there to help him pick up all of these little camps, but 2 per day and My Time Is Now is there to try and 2v2 this. Doesn't seem like they want any smoke. Arrow Hunter, meanwhile, is just trying to take a turret in response for the bottom wave, but it does not matter because 3 members of Alabama are there to defend that top turret.
Sejuani has Zeke's Convergence, so they're not behind in terms of item-wise. Zeke's Convergence is a pretty cheaper, pretty decent alternative for Sejuani for a first item, especially if you're lacking a little bit of funds. It's definitely going to provide a lot of boost to them when they ult and try and go in here. Provide a little bit of AoE damage and just some extra MR and armor resist.
Absolutely. It's the perfect cheap item for a behind Sejuani. It's something that will give you armor, it's something that will give you magic resistance, it's something that will give you a passive that can do damage, as well as you can use it utility-wise and defensively. It's just an overall good item. The issue is it doesn't do as much as what they need right now into the game, and Eerie actually jumps in front of the shots.
Gosh.
But Arrow Hunter, being the G he is, helps his boy out by taking all 4 of those Jhin shots, and now there's one last crit. He's going to flash onto the Braum. He's going for it. No, he's not. Arrow Hunter misses the
stuck
Q.
Here under this turret. The turret is disabled by this Bard, and they're looking for it, and they will get it.
And that's what we were talking about.
Goes to the Jhin.
That's the Bard ult, disabling the tower, enabling this Jhin to get some tower dives in. And again, nobody was there hovering top to help him out. Once the Braum got down to 1 health and backed, Arrow Hunter was in trouble. He might as well have just went to tier 2.
Falls regrouping here. Showing a little bit of more.
My Time Is Now jumped into the pit. He does have dash up. Red team is able to secure it. It's the Hui. But Kato is all the way in man's land, all the way back next to tier 2 red. Are they going to be able to catch him? I don't know if they have vision on him yet. Frigely is trying to hunt him down.
Ooh,
he is able to get the ult
up.
up.
And Eerie is going to take that, or Pizza Boy is going to take that.
And a kill for the Hui isn't that bad. However, a tower for the Jhin is not great, and I think
he wants this bad.
How much
he wants this bad.
He is willing to put his static shiv to the test by hitting pure metal.
River Falls is going to fall down on the Sejuani pretty quick. They're going to say, no, this is our Rift Herald. This upper pit is ours.
And with grubs like this, I think you're going to need Rift Herald as River Falls. You're behind with towers. You have 5 grubs. You want Rift Herald because you want those grubbies to be able to hit the tower. I believe it lowers the damage or the fire rates and, just get in that huge clobber. Arrow Hunter, meanwhile, taking a fight under the tower. That's how confident he is. And Banish just kind of has to take it. There's not much he can do. A quick little Q as a small finger that is in between the pointer and the ring finger over to the enemy Jax. And now Kato looking for Eerie. Probably not going to be able to do much against a big shield like that.
A little bit far away.
Arrow Hunter is going in for this fight, but he doesn't have any wards in the bottom bush. 2 per day is trying to go in for a gank, but the Bard
too distracted by the ward that's sitting there for some reason.
Yeah, destroyed the ward instead of going for the Alawi. Maybe he was scared of the Alawi ult.
Back. Jax is recalling though. Arrow Hunter is here by himself with this Bard. Bard able to
Bard
put that portal
uses
down
portal.
the wall.
He doesn't have portal up anymore, but I don't think Arrow Hunter's interested in chasing by any means. I think he just wants to lane a little bit.
Bard is still here. Bard's looking for something. Bard
And
is looking to
there's no
keep
bottom
Arrow
turret.
Hunter by himself. Arrow Hunter is by himself. This ult will come out. This regen is not going to be enough to keep him alive. His 3 are down on him. But River Falls will seem to take this advantage. They're pushing through this bot lane or this mid lane. Rift Herald comes out. Where is Rift Herald going? Rift Herald's going mid. They're looking to secure this mid lane more than anything else.
Ooh, My Time Is Now uses the Sejuani ult. It does a huge chunk onto Frigely with the combination of Pull hits, 4th shot. However, the Bard ult is able to stun
And the
3 of
turret
them up.
falls!
The turret falls. Now River Falls can push forward. Enchanting is able to run down. Jhin ult comes out. Is he going to be able to secure a kill on Originally? No. None of the line of sight is available there. He does take out Enchanting, though. Enchanting does not have his W up to provide immunity. Poland is trying to take down Eerie, and now it's just Eerie left. Kato is there to sweep up from the behind, and nobody is supporting River Falls in these endeavors. An unfortunate misplay for a tower traded for what is most likely going to be another tower as well as 3 kills. And now Pizza Boy is in trouble. They might tower dive him here now because the fight isn't over. Pulling Bits goes for a root. However, the tower shot gets him. The clone is not the real thing. Kato is one shot. Nobody goes in for Pizza Boy. I'm very surprised. Now Arrow Hunter is there to cover mid lane. And we're going in for a slow standstill here. Jhin does not have any movement abilities. I'm surprised that Arrow Hunter is not just hunting him down. However, I believe he is running fleet footwork that he absolutely is. So it's going to be hard to catch this guy anyway.
Jin's got the double items now. This is definitely going to be a threat that River Falls is going to look and need to get shut down. If that bounty is going to be big, so whoever they can get it on will definitely get a boost towards their next item here.
Yeah, 6, 1, and 2 Jhin with 2, almost 3 completed items. He has the 2 components he needs for either Bloodthirster or I believe that is LDR, one of those 2, and movement boots. So this Jhin is a force of nature right now. He cannot be stopped as long as he has the needed support, and he does with the Bard and the Sejuani in front of him. This is exactly what we were talking about. As long as the Jhin can be enabled from a front line, whether it's the Jax, whether it's the Bard, whether it's the Sejuani, he is going to run this game.
And he's been looking. This Bard has been really powerful in the fact that he's been able to roam and still provide a bunch of assistance on all these other lanes, while Jhin is able to just solo farm and push back this bottom lane on River Falls' side. Pretty decent amount, actually, and get a lot of plates for himself. He's been super powerful on the early game, and it is showing to be a mid-lane problem for River Falls.
Oh, Enchanting wants this fight. Jumps over the wall at the tower on the blue side. They are able to chunk down the Sejuani almost instantaneously, but on the other side of the map, Bard ult hits the tower yet again. And there goes the Caitlyn to the Jhin. Enchanting, Eerie, and Arrow Hunter trying to get this tier 2 tower. Is it going to be worth a tier 1 tower in the mid lane? We'll see. Pizza Boy is actually holding strong right now.
Make quick work of this tower with all these 5 corrupts and Banish. Is looking to CC stun and maybe get some turret information or turret help on. Ooh, doesn't get anything.
Eerie does take a lot of shots. Kato is now boxing down Pizza Boy as the ultimate is popped. The Hui ult is down, and Kato is still half health. That is a very scary thing to see. Now Poland wants to go in. Arrow Hunter, however, is going to be able to just bash him up. Yeah, Arrow Hunter is very confident in what to be wanting right now, but I think he's saying enough is enough. This Bard is here. I know that the Bard ult is down. However, the Ignite is up, and I just really don't want to deal with this nonsense right now. Some extra little flowers in the river. We're going to give him some shields as well as extra health. Going to pop it back here. He might go for the Pullen because they do have a ward here. He does see Pullen. Going to do a lot of damage to the Jhin with this extra clone. However, a TP from Banish stuns up Arrow Hunter, and Arrow Hunter falls. I don't think he expected the Jhin or the enemy top laner Banish to be TPing right behind him.
Riverfall's going to secure this Drake, though, it looks like. So they're going to get ahead on Drakes. They're going to get a 2-on-1 on Drakes. They're going to start building up some Chemtex. Going to be strong. The Jhin ult comes out. They're going to try and secure this. A Bard ult comes out. They're going to buy some more time. They're really going to force this team fight here.
And they do have man advantage. They were able to take down Arrow Hunter earlier. Enchanting is doing his best. Able to lifesteal, but not enough. Pops the shield. Still dies. It's going to be a 5v3 for River Falls. It looks like they're just popping tail and running. I don't think they're looking for a fight at all. Pizza Boy, being as squishy as he is, needs to be very careful right now. Eerie willing to give his life for his mid laner. Let's see if they can get away. They absolutely do. Into the tier 2, able to retreat. Pizza Boy looks like he's just going to be covering the lane and bot. And that is an unfortunate Drake fight for River Falls. They didn't even collect bot because Arrow Hunter got caught on top.
They Get the Drake though. Arrow Hunter going to still be split pushing here. Has 2 items to his name, looking like a pretty strong tanking opponent for Alberta here. But they've been able to stop him before, and they're looking to keep stopping him. As they catch him out, Uwrf is maybe going to be regrouping on mid, clearing some of this jungle vision.
And what do you think River Falls has to do to play the catch-up game here? Do you think it's going to be objective, or do you think it's going to be team fight? Which one is going to sway the tides of war in River Falls' favor? Because right now, it's honestly relatively even. There is a 3K gold lead. The majority of it is on the Jhin, which is not something you want. But as long as you can shut down the Jhin at some point, he does have rapid-fire cannon, static shiv, and collector. But if you can shut him down on those 3 items, then you're going to be sitting in a good spot. I just wouldn't rely on the Caitlyn to do it, especially with only 1 item.
They're definitely going to need to play more together as a team. These objectives are going to be big, but they need to be there together. They need to see if they can pick out somebody, especially this Jhin or whoever this Jhin is with, whoever is protecting this Jhin. He's right now. He's by himself. He's looking to do something. Arrow Hunter is there. Eerie is behind him, but they have no damage to follow it up on.
With fleet footwork and everything, Frigely ults the clone, and unfortunate misfire by Frigely. The Bard ult is going to come down and stun Enchanting. Enchanting gets stunned by another thing. Unfortunately, the Bard is able to get away through the portal, but Enchanting wants this fight.
Oh, and it's answered.
Yeah, the Sejuani ult lands right onto the Gwen, but the Gwen is still going forward, hits those Qs, and is able to pick off the Bard. Jhin ult is coming through, but the Jhin is 1 health. I don't know if River Falls knows this. They can actually just run down the Jhin in the jungle right now, but no, it seems like they're pulling back and prioritizing the objectives. Kato is on a flank. Can he do some burst damage right now for his team? Arrow Hunter is getting caught out with the root, but I think he's going to be okay. He's tanky enough, and he's got enough lifesteal to run away. Pulling Bits is really playing aggressive, and an immediate Q from there gets him shut down in the grave, put in the dirt, doesn't matter.
Be a little bit more careful next time, buddy.
Absolutely. Arrow Hunter does fall in the meantime, but he brings it to a 4v3. Now, it's all about Frigely and Pizza Boy if they can zone for this Baron. This is a very scary Baron because Kato absolutely one-shots Frigely. Now it's going to be Enchanting. Pick up the fruits. He's going to be the main damage dealer for the team. Banish goes in, tries to get a stun.
Lifesteal is going to be able to hit him a little bit longer.
Enchanting's able to get a shield, but not for long before he takes down the Gwen. Looks like it's going to be a 2v1 right now. Kato is the last one alive. Is he going to be able to kill Pizza Boy? It's 1 more auto tech. No, he gets the heal off. Pizza Boy is out of abilities. He's trying, but 2 per day is back, and the Bard takes out the enemy mid laner. Eerie is the last one on the field, and 2 per day is able to come up clutch as the support from base, clearing out the wards. A team fight that looked great for River Falls on paper collapsed almost instantaneously once they started hitting Baron. What do you think about that Baron play?
They got that Baron down to half. A team fight started to happen, and they kept half focusing on Baron and half focusing on the team fight. This is where River Falls needs to focus on what everybody is doing as a whole rather than splitting, even if they are just right by each other. They definitely need to go all in on either this Baron or all in on this team fight. And since Enchanting was lower health towards when Alberta was coming in with this team fight, they definitely lost the strength that they had on taking down Baron. The lifesteal was enough to keep him alive until that first kill dropped on the side of River Falls, but it wasn't enough in the long run as Alberta had some answers for that first kill in the trade.
And honestly, it's just that I honestly just couldn't agree more. Arrow Hunter in the meantime is actually going to 1v1 Banish, and Banish is going to be in trouble, has to leap away. Wonder if he's going to have a flash here. Arrow Hunter is going to be hit up by that tower because the bottom tier 1 tower is still alive, but he does have minions there. And honestly, going back to that Baron fight, I couldn't have said it better. It's the lack of commitment on one thing. Half the team seemed to be calling Baron, Baron, Baron. Half the team started calling turn, turn, turn. We want to turn the fight. And because nobody was one central call maker, they just started doing both. And first of all, they didn't get Baron because not enough people were hitting it. 2, they weren't able to swing the fight fast enough before the Bard was able to re-enter the fight because not enough people were focusing the enemy players. Once Arrow Hunter is able to trade his life for the enemy Jins, that's when you can start Baron and then full turn. However, River Falls did what they think was best. I think it was just a miscommunication and a split between attention. They're going to try and make up for it by hitting Drake and get onto Soul Point. However, in response, Alabama's going for the Baron.
This is going to be a strong play. River Falls knows that they're on Baron. They're going to drop the Drake altogether and go now.
Now let's see
if
Alabama...
This is where this team fight is going to break out. Alabama's cutting out from that Baron early. Enchanting is going in. Ares flashing in. This Braumalt is cutting some off. Kato is outside. Frigely is getting bullied in this back lane. Banish knows where he's going, and this Jhin ult will come down, shut down Eerie. Banish is going to fall. River Falls somewhat even trade. There's a lot of low health bars on the team of Alberta. This is where River Falls needs to make this cut and make this decision to go in now. My time is now. This Sejuani is going to fall back. This Kato is going to be recalling, and Bard is just kind of around.
And with health regen like this, you can't afford to be hesitant. It's going to be a 4v4, a trade, 1-for-1. You're going to get Eerie for Banish. I'd honestly take that trade if you're River Falls. But the issue is Kato is here, and he's looking for a one-shot. Frigidly gets absolutely clobbered. Arrow Hunter's not there to respond, and now Pizza Boy is getting caught out. A lack of communication on the side of River Falls. 2 per day is trying to CC his boy up, but Pizza Boy is going for the blast coin. Doesn't matter because he hits a flash.
Is it distracting enough? The Gwen is taking the Drake on the other side. They didn't even notice. Gren will get away with a one take on this Chemtech Drake, and they got 2 coming in up the mid lane, up behind. This turret is falling down on the side of River Falls, but Eerie maybe keeping Kato's attention long enough for Enchanting to come in. Kato will bounce forward, maybe try to bamboozle a little bit on this side.
In the meantime, Arrow Hunter is going to ult. Bard does ult, he ults himself and Arrow Hunter, but it doesn't matter because the tentacles are going to be able to reach across. Now Pullen Bits is going to be 1 health. Is Arrow Hunter going to try and go for it by getting a sneaky little Q? No.
Is coming.
He's going to get chunked down to half health, but then the rest of the enemy team on Alabama is getting absolutely destroyed.
If they can shut down this Jhin.
However, Kato is on the back line, takes out the enemy top laner, and now it's going to be Kato on the front line, but
Frigidly gets the shutdown.
Are you kidding me right now? Frigidly with a fantastic snipe right there, and the one time he needs him, he shows up.
The still opposite. Somewhere.
I know.
Jhin is still alive.
Okay, so now we're back up to almost even gold. 49.7 to 47.5. We do have Baron in our pocket. Let's see if the enemy Jhin, Pullen, can make any plays here.
Got confidence in this River Falls. Looks like Jhin is going to be recalling, so this is completely uncontested from Baron. The Baron pit. This is what River Falls has been looking for too long, and they're ready to push up some lanes. Jhin is looking to ult areas. He's stuck there by himself almost. That shield is just definitely enough to keep him alive as Jhin just kind of gives up and is going to go farm.
Ooh.
He is still alive. No backs for this Jhin as he's on 4 items. He's trying to get his 5th. He's trying to save up for something.
I thought that was going to be a greedy back from the Braum there, but I totally forgot that Baron buff gives you an enhanced recall where you can recall faster. Interesting game, very messy the past few team fights. We had, in one side of the map, we had Pizza Boy getting caught in the river. On another side of the map, they were distracting, so Enchanting to get the Chemtech Drake. On the top side of the map, we had Frigidly at 1 health dying to the flank from Kato. A lot was happening at once, but somehow, some way, God willing, River Falls pulled themselves up by their britches, and they are putting the big boy pants on.
This could still go either way. There's a 1v1 on top lane, but this is a 3v3 on a push and defense side on this bot lane.
Enchanting wants it.
They're
really
going
bad.
to fall back. Enchanting wants it. Eerie is looking to back him up, but they don't have a minion wave to come up with them and hit this turret, as they definitely want to keep this Baron. Kato is caught out. Arrow Hunter looking to just clear the wave and push up some minions, as Kato sees that's what he's doing, and he's going to clear out that wave and making Arrow Hunter have to wait a little bit longer. Frigidly's flash comes out. The stun will miss by this Jhin. He's cooking up that crit. He's looking for it. The crit will come out, and Frigidly is cut out with no other options.
And that's the downside of 1v1ing fleet footwork. He can run you down no matter how far you flash. An unfortunate use of his summoner spell by Frigidly. Probably should have just accepted the death at that point. But if nobody's supporting him on mid without any vision, I don't know why he was there to begin with. However, maybe it was all for naught because his team is collecting bot right now. They do get a tier 2 turret, but is it worth losing the tier 3 mid? The inhibitor turret is going down right now. Enchanting is the only one here for the defense on a 1v4. Has to pull back, pops the W for the immunity. My time is now is frontlining. Are they going to be able to get enough CC? Enchanting gets a huge chunk right now.
Bard ult comes out.
Bard ult comes out. Arrow Hunter, one of the main damage dealers and tanks. The top laner gets stunned out, but it doesn't matter because Pizza Boy is an artillery mage. He is pumping damage from 8 miles away, and the enemy team can't do anything about it. Kato is looking for a sneaky little cheat. Oh, and a cheeky little hit goes off. He does half hit Pizza Boy, but Pizza Boy is still going strong. He wants to help Arrow Hunter out, but I don't know if that's the correct decision when Jhin still has ult up. Arrow Hunter, he does Sterak's pop.
Come in cluch.
And we do have
the Bard will fall.
The sniper is able to take Bard's head clean off his shoulders. Public versus Eerie right now. He is able to dash and get that little shield from the Braum W. Now it's Banish looking for a jump in. The E has been exhausted for Banish. He no longer has a stun, and Enchanting smells blood in the water. However, Pullen is going raid boss mode right now. Absolutely 1v4ing the entire team, half hitting Frigidly right now. Banish is trying to frontline for his boy, but the Jhin is doing all the work. Kato looking for some more flanks. He's able to dash in and one-shot anybody here, and he almost hits Pizza Boy with another hit. Arrow Hunter looking for a pull, but he might just give his life. going for a cheeky little kill like that. Kato looking for another dash, going in for another full half hit, but the enemy team has already backed off. Enchanting might want a 1v1 with Kato. However,
Kato
I think he's just going to back off and hit it back. A fine team fight for River Falls. I think they came out on top there, but no objectives were fought over, so honestly, it's kind of a net neutral when you think about it.
I think let's just say Kato was doing a great job at being LeBlanc. They peeled out a lot of attention off of the mid lane fight and said, hey, come here, look at me. I'm going to be a little bunny. You're going to chase me down a rabbit hole, but you're not going to get me. I'm going to come out of the shadows. I'm going to come out of the bushes. I'm going to poke you. I'm going to stab you. I'm going to stun you. I'm going to take all of your attention. And River Falls just loses all of his attention that they had on the mid lane fight. And since Arrow Hunter went out for this bunny, they got
But
caught.
hold on, the Bardol comes out, it hits Pizza Boy. Kato is going for Pizza Boy, trying to get a one-shot. They're trying to one-shot somebody on the back line. They exhaust all of their ultimates for this. However, it does not matter because 2 per day has been chunked and everybody is split up on the side of Alabama. Starax is popped for Arrow Hunter. He's trying to get the lifesteal off, and my time is now falls.
Big double.
Banish might be next. He's able to get pulled by the a tentacle there, but it's not going to be a kill because you can't kill with that
They
ability.
see
Just do
this
a
Jin.
ton
They
of
need to
damage.
go down on
The
this Jin. This
Jin!
Jin needs to be shut down.
Nobody blocks
The
for the
flash
boy.
comes out by Arrow Hunter. The crit is here.
He does have the crit. It lands on Arrow Hunter. He's going to be able to get the reload in time. I don't think Arrow Hunter is hitting the right one. He's trying to hit the clone, but it does not matter because Kato is collecting on mid. He's getting the inhibitor. Is anybody going to stop this? The minions almost killed him, but it looks like it's going to be a net positive for Alabama. Nobody dealt with the Jin.
Ooh, the Jin is caught here once again. We've
However,
got some initiation
He
here.
does have fleet footwork. He does flash
This
the
should be
opposite
good.
way.
Kato is here for some help.
Kato is there. Can Eerie at least get one of them? The answer is no, he can't. The Braum cannot do any damage, and Enchanting gets shut down instantaneously by the 2 damage dealers on the side of Alabama. They have crushed it in that mid lane and bottom river fight. It looked so good for River Falls. What happened, Gavin?
This Trickster is just always where you don't want him to be. He's going to be below you. He's going to be above you. He's going to be to the side of you, and he's going to grab your attention regardless. And that's just where River Falls gets caught out and punished, to say the least.
Absolutely, and it looks like he's actually going to be working on his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He might be working on a 6th item if he chooses to sell. There it is. He gets
full build.
Bloodthirster to keep those duels a-coming. He wants that lifesteal, and honestly, that's probably for the best. However, River Falls, we failed to mention, they got Soul. They do have Chemtech Soul, which isn't, you know, the greatest right now. But, you know, it's not the worst it could be.
They definitely need. There's definitely. I'm seeing a lot of blue in this red side jungle. Falls team. That's definitely not the greatest play.
Enchanting and Eerie take the blast cone. W's in. He's able to be immune, but he might be able to one-shot
Bard
one
will
per day.
ult himself. What a greed.
Bard ult himself, but you know it doesn't really matter. You
Little
just kind of
boy.
fail for no reason. Eerie getting really aggressive right now. I don't think he understands that the Jin can one-shot him, even though he's a Braum. And
There's that
Kato
poke.
sitting in the bush is able to half-hit Pizza Boy, and Pizza Boy does have to flash. Great flash from the Jin ult right now, but Kato does not matter because he's gonna dash in. He does have to pop the shield right now. Eerie going really low. Can Enchanting do anything and kill Pulling Bits? Tymus now is trying to peel, but it's really hard when there's no Kato around to be annoying. Banish is coming in for the support, but it might not matter in time because the Gwen is doing all the damage in the world and life stealing off of everything and everybody's grandmother. Kato is the last one alive and falls to Arrow Hunter. An ace for the side of University of Wisconsin.
This is what
River
they've been
Falls.
looking for. They need this Baron, and they need to push up some lanes, and it's looking like they're going to push up these lanes.
Looks like they're, yeah, I think they're just going straight for the lane push. They're not going for objectives at all. A weird call by River Falls. They do know that the Bard ult may be back up, especially with the CBR he has. However, I don't think a Bard is that scary on the Baron fight. You don't really need a turn for the Bard. But I think that they're just going to be happy with an inhibitor. Somebody, however, needs to back now to cover the mid lane.
We've got 2 super minions
They
running
have
up
2
their
super
mid lane.
minions, and they might
River
be
Falls
going for
doesn't
the end
care.
right now. River Falls
They're
is
not
going for the end.
interested.
And there comes the Bard ult. This is exactly what I was talking about. The Bard ult is going to be used to stall. Are they going to be able to get the first
One
inhibitor?
Nexus
They
turret
are.
is down.
My time is now here, and he does not have ult yet. The Sejuani ult is almost up, but it's not quite. Arrow Hunter is getting chunked down, and he wants to fight right now, but the rest of his team wants to peel. Arrow Hunter might be giving his life right now for another kill. No, he's not. He's almost able to take
this
down
is running will
Frontier
fall.
style, but my time is now does fall. However, the Jin is able to pick up 2. The Braum and the Caitlyn fall, and now it's just up to Arrow Hunter right now against 3 of the enemies. He does have a lot of life still, but he doesn't have a lot of abilities left. The ultimate has been popped, and it's only a matter of time before the octopus is fried up, and we're having calamari for dinner.
He's given his time, and River Falls was able to get back for the most part unscathed. Jin was able to pick up another kill here, and he's got that bounty back. Riverfall is definitely going to be needing to focus his Jin as usual. Baron is up, and how far are we from Elder? Do we have some Elder timers up? It is going to definitely be an Elder. Elder is going to be up at some point in this game, but looks like Elder is going to be taking some Baron. Chanting is here. He's looking for getting some time. Sees the ward. They know he's there. He's greed. He goes to take that popper. Says, "You are not getting over this wall. This is our Baron." And Enchanting will make the play and fall off.
Looks like they might be going for a play onto Kato right now. Maybe get a pick real quick on Kato. A little bit of technical difficulty, so that's okay because the game is still going right now. Sounds like they did get the Baron. The Baron does go in the side of Alabama. But that's okay. Are we able to... That's totally fine. Cut the camera back to us. We can hear a lot of sounds going on right now in the background, which means that there is a client open. Is there another window that you're able to click by chance? Maybe not. Maybe there is. Who knows? But there's a lot of fighting happening right now, and Pizza Boy has been chunked down. My Time Is Now is trying to frontline for his boys. We do have a lot of ultimates up right now. The only ultimate that has been exhausted has been Enchanting and Frigidly. We are not going to have that Sniper's Mark, and we are not going to have the ultimate from the Gwen. And I don't know if that's going to go very well. I don't know if that's going to go very well for River Falls.
River Falls just keeping this Baron buff at bay, as Alberta doesn't seem to be making too many plays, too many moves with this Baron, which is good.
Yeah, with Baron, they're actually pushed back to their own turrets. I don't know what that's all about.
That was definitely a strong play by River Falls and a good prioritize to get those super minions on the top lane. And they got some. A lot of the minions were pushed up on the red side. Now they're pushed up a lot on the blue side. We're going to see a lot of fight over the control of the entire map.
River Falls
about halfway.
River Falls going for a 4-man flank right now. They didn't have any vision. Alabama didn't. But Arrow Hunter's by himself. He might have gone in a little bit too early. They got to make sure that Frigidly is there to be able to do some damage as well. But Arrow Hunter and Pizza Boy are doing the bulk of the work. Can they kill Banish in time? The Starax is
Arrow Hunter will live.
Arrow Hunter with a lot of HP left is going to be able to lifesteal back on, and now it's just pulling a 2 per day, hitting the back of the enemy inhibitor right now. 2 per day is able to get stunned, but there's not a lot of damage. Pizza Boy actually falls from Pullen. Is Pullen going to be able to clutch this out for his team? Where has Frigidly been this entire time? Kato is now there. Is he going to be able to take out Frigidly as well, or is it just going to be 2 per day and the Pullen show?
Arrow Hunter solo pushing onto the bot side.
And it's going to be a base race from the bot lane. Arrow Hunter might need to just pop it back. It looks like they're all just going to be pulling bot, and I think Arrow Hunter's just going to try and actually base race it.
Let's see if he's going to get the 3v1.
Oh no, but the issue is he's not going to have enough minions down there. Arrow Hunter is to hit the turrets. They're going to be able to get both inhibitor turrets right now.
Both are
it's
open.
going to be a big Nexus race, and I believe Alabama might have this one, and they do. Arrow Hunter not able to deal enough damage to the Nexus, and thus the turret probably should have just popped the back. However, valiant effort by the top laner from River Falls, an insanely close game.
Very strong by both sides. River Falls definitely caught up and peeled and split during a lot of those crucial team fights, a lot of those crucial objective takes. Alberta was there. Alberta was always together, except for that LeBlanc. That proved to be the biggest reason that River Falls just couldn't keep on.
Absolutely, and I got to give it also. Kato was a fantastic player, but that Jhin was an unstoppable monster as long as he had some peel, even if it's just one Bard ability that does 0.5 seconds of CC, he's going to one-shot somebody. And that's the biggest problem. However, River Falls, valiant effort. Honestly, the game was swaying. I couldn't tell who was going to win. In fact, they almost did win. They had one inhibitor turret down. The only issue was that in that last team fight, nobody was up at the front to help Arrow Hunter. And Frigidly was too far in the back dealing with Kato's little poke.
And actually, towards the end there, Arrow Hunter was going to recall and go back, but I think he actually teleported forwards. Even though he had that sliver of HP, he teleported forwards. He's going to push towards that base as his entire team is in Fountain and on recall timers. Maybe not the best play, but definitely a play that he decided this is the play he has to make, because either he's going to make this play and it's going to work, or it's not going to work. He's not going to make a play. Even if he could make a play at base, there was just too much time on his allies' counters.
Absolutely, and so it had to be a base race, and when it comes down to it, it was closer than it should have been. And Arrow Hunter, if he squeaked that one out, that would have been absolutely insane. Call him FlyQuest, because he is the mega minion that is winning the game for them. However, this is a best of 3, if I'm not mistaken. So that's only game number 1. And honestly, River Falls, I'm not feeling that bad
No,
after that
definitely.
game. I'm feeling adrenaline and anger.
Of course.
I would only want to win. I do not feel salty. I do not feel bad. I do not feel like I am a worse player. I feel like, oh my gosh, I can beat these guys.
I think this LeBlanc is definitely going to get banned. I don't think we're going to see LeBlanc in this next game.
If I was a betting man.
Unless Pizza Boy wants to take that role, we'll be here.
I'd love to see Pizza Boy on a mobility role like that because Quay is just so immobile. And so something like that would just be so fascinating. But I guess we'll have to find out. Game number 2 coming up. We're going to take a short break, and we'll see you soon.